Welcome to the IT Career Energizer podcast. For anyone who wants to build and grow a career in IT, develop and improve your strengths and skills, be inspired and motivated by the successes of others, manage your career progression, and achieve your IT career goals. And now, your host, Phil Burgess.
Welcome to episode 105 of the IT Career Energizer podcast. My guest on today's show is Adam Bean. Adam is a freelance architect and developer with a focus on Java. He has written several books, including real-world Java EE patent Rethinking Best Practices. Adam is a Java champion and was Java Developer of the Year in 2010. He is also a regular conference speaker, and 3 times a year he organises Java-related workshops at Munich Airport. So Adam, can I ask you to expand on that intro and tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. So whatever you said, it was actually collateral damage. My plan was actually just to learn as much as possible, and everything else just happened.
Right. Okay, so what was your plan? Did you have one?
I actually wanted to learn multiple programming languages and work a bit, and then just enjoy life. And it turned out that I have to stick with Java because the demand was so high, and I really enjoyed that. So my initial plan didn't work, but what worked was that I still enjoy, I think since 22 years, still enjoy Java and never got boring.
Any chance that you'll be changing to a different technology, or do you think Java is where you're going to stay?
What I'm also doing, I do a lot of JavaScript, and I think even with Java, if you would like to learn it really deeply, it never gets bored. So it is actually not enough time to learn everything Java related. But what I also doing, I do a lot of web programming and JavaScript, which is even worse. So if you try to learn, JavaScript and Java, I think you will need at least 2 lives.
Right, okay. Adam, can you maybe share a career tip with the IT Career Energizer, one they might not know and perhaps should?
You should have to develop your own strategy. I mean, not strategy that you would like to take over the world in 10 years. More like, I would like to do my development or my consulting in this way, because it should be something logical. So what I try to do is I had to try to stick with standards and make development as simple as possible. And I started with that at the beginning, and I still apply the same strategy. And it seems like my clients really like it because they are not really depending on me. Because if you are using standards, there are lots of other consultants who can just take over. So I think this is my strategy, and you should develop your own.
Yeah. So, in terms of strategy, are you thinking, obviously from an industry perspective, you're thinking standards, but also potentially different models or different ways of working?
Yeah. For instance, you mentioned Java and Java EE. I think the main reason why I'm still somehow sane, I would say, is I try to stick with the standards. And in Java, we had quasi standards like JCP, Java Community Process, and the Java EE and Java SE. And they standards survived, and lots of other frameworks and technologies, they just appeared and just disappeared. But this was actually accidental luck, I would say. So I stick with the standards. So I didn't have to learn a lot. It was just incremental learning all the time, but it's not like a paradigm change. And my clients really like that because they didn't have to migrate to new technologies, which is never good for business.
Yeah, absolutely. So Adam, can you maybe tell us about your worst IT career moment and what you learned from that experience?
I cannot remember any really tragic moments in my career, except probably once. This was like more funny than tragic, but I did once a workshop for Sun Microsystems back then, Germany. It was like as Java 6 or 7 came out, and I confused the locations. So I appeared somewhere when no one expected me. There were two locations, and I just switched the dates. I don't even know whether it was my fault or not. But
Right.
so I appeared then, and I wanted to talk about Java 6, and no one expected me. And then I got a call, "Where are you?" I told, "Here at Sun Microsystems." I went, "Where here?" And it was a wrong city. So
Oh,
yeah, this was funny and not funny, and a diverse moment. So I have my own server, and if it dies, this is one of my worst moments because the whole infrastructure, like my blog, runs on the server. And if it dies, I got about few hundreds emails. Do you know that you are no more on the internet? So
yes. Yeah. Okay, so can you maybe take us to your career highlights or greatest success and tell us about that?
I have some projects. They are often called task forces. So where we try to make something work which doesn't, like let's say a system dies in production, and if we resolve the error, everyone is happy. So actually, we are happy because we achieved our goal, and my client is even happier. And after such a task force, we sometimes get opportunity to fix the system, refactor the system, and we get the opportunity to really to remove a lots of bloat and unnecessary crud from the system. And this is what I really enjoy.
So the ability to actually clean things up and make improvements while you do that.
Yeah, because if something goes really bad, you can actually do whatever you like, I take the opportunity and try to to clean the system as much as possible. This is a unique opportunity because if the system runs, you also know it's never touch a running system, so you actually never get the real true opportunity to refactor the system from ground up.
Yeah, that's very true. Absolutely. So, Adam, can you maybe tell us what excites you about the future of the IT industry and careers in IT in particular?
For me personally, what I really like is you always have to learn something new, and if you get it, there is a rewarding experience because you did something for yourself, and it's also good for your career. And what I also learned is, so if I try to teach someone about what I learned, you learn even more, and this is just fun. And I try to do a lot of stuff at the same time, so I never get bored. From the technological perspective, I would say everything repeats every 10 years. This is what my observation. So we get, I would say, not the same old stuff, so almost the same old stuff with new names, and everyone is excited. So I think what we should do, we should just try not to forget things, and then we are always on top.
I think you're right. I think there are sort of flavors of things that do come around every so often, but I think the underlying principles are often the same.
Yeah. So, for instance, you asked me about other languages. So I do a lot of JavaScript and web standard stuff right now. But if you look at JavaScript at the web standards, they're becoming more and more like Java. So the funny stuff is I can actually switch between Java and JavaScript because the modern JavaScript is really like Java. And the funny thing was 5 years ago, everyone said, okay, JavaScript is the new lightweight language and Java is legacy. And now what happens? JavaScript is really similar to Java, and this is a lots of such technologies. It goes back and forth.
Okay, we're going to move into the reveal round now. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
So, what first attracted you to a career in IT?
From the beginning, I was fascinated by computers, and I actually don't know why. Probably I always really like science fiction stuff and Star Wars from the early beginnings, and UFOs and stuff like that. And I associated computer something with it. And for me, computers was a magical thing. So everything else was boring, but a computer was something from another world. And my first computer was actually from UK. It was this Spectrum Sinclair, and I really enjoyed that without knowing why. So as I can't tell you why. It just completely fascinated me, but I couldn't do something useful with it. So it's for me was I knew one time something will come to do useful with the machine, but I was just fascinated by it.
Right, so you can see the potential in what it could possibly do.
Yeah, not even potential, but it was like if you look at something from different world, which is not comparable with anything else, then you can see, okay, it has to be good. I enjoyed the machine and I wanted to do something with it, and probably potential came later. So I tried to learn, what a programming language is and stuff like that. So potential came later, but I was just fascinated by it. I mean, this is really hard to do the same right now, right? Because right now everyone has, a smartphone which looks already great. So I don't think whether right now it is possible to be fascinated by such a thing, because it's very common.
What is the best career advice you've ever received?
The strategy, what I told you, is more like a meta strategy. Be honest with yourself, with your clients. But what I would like to give you as an advice is not to develop too much marketing strategies or optimization strategies. For instance, I get lots of requests like, should I read this book, or is it worth to learn the technology? What I do, if something interests me, I just learn it, regardless whether it is popular technology or whatever. I just like to learn and like to read, and I really enjoy that. And what sometimes happens is that in a few months or even few years, this knowledge becomes really crucial for my project. So my advice would be, learn to enjoy learning, and this is the meta strategy. And then I think you should be successful. What's also very important, if you would like to be commercially successful, don't estimate the power of slides, right, and politics. So you should be able to explain in clear words why what they are doing is good for the business, and not just from technological perspective, because no client is interested in technology actually.
That's very true. They're more interested in the outcome and the result.
In solutions, exactly. So what I do is say, okay, if you do this, you will get that, and if you take this technology, it's a little bit dangerous, and this is what I do actually.
If you were to begin your IT career again right now, what would you do?
I don't think there will be a lot of change, because right now you could, of course, say I would learn, more AI stuff, what I actually did, but not in this volume. But I think it would be even impossible, because I learned the whole time, and the day is just 24 hours. So afterwards, it's always easy to say you could do this or this. But I'm actually happy. I'm really happy what happened, and I hope it will proceed in this way. So I do not regret anything, I would say.
And what career objectives do you currently have?
James Gosling?
Yes.
James Gosling is one of the inventors of Java. And what I like is he's a little bit older than I would say, but he still really enjoys programming. So it's like he's hacking like surfing robots, and really enjoys that. So what I would like to do is to program with 90 years, so stay away a little bit from business and management, and do as much as tech as possible, because I think it's healthy. If you are forced to think all the time about interesting stuff, so this is a challenging thing for your brain, which is always good.
And what's the number one non-technical skill that has helped you in your career so far?
Non-technical skill would be, I would say, with 90 should be still able, to move around without a lot of robotic help. I would say exoskeleton or something like this.
Yes.
So just be healthy. I would say be healthy, and this is the only thing. This is my main objective. And what I would really like to have is more time. This is my only problem: the time.
Adam, can you share a parting piece of career advice with the IT Career Energizer audience?
Stay interested, I would say. Stay interested and enjoy life by being productive. Also enjoy little things, If you are sometimes bored with writing documentation, then buy, another keyboard, or do just little things to improve your life as developer life, and just go through it. So, and learn a lot. I think the learning is the most exciting thing which will keep you successful.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's a good habit to develop because it does keep you interested.
Yeah, and not bored. Because I would say challenging things which are achievable and where you can learn something, this is really rewarding. If something is not challenging enough, you get bored over time, I would say.
Yeah.
And there is also one thing which I would like to say is a little bit Java or Java specific. So what I actually try to do is I try to reduce the amount of technology to implement to solve business problems. So I think in Java or Java E and even in JavaScript ecosystem is very common that you will start projects with evaluating 50 frameworks and patents, which actually has nothing to do with the target domain. What I try to do is to use the least amount of frameworks and technology to solve the problem. And this is also rewarding because the code is simple, everyone understands that, and everyone is happy.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the simplification is definitely a big factor.
Yeah.
And finally, what's the best way we can find out more about you and connect with you?
If you are interested in technology, so I'm writing a blog, it's adambean.blog, and this is more like a notepad. It's very Java specific. So I'm writing it for myself, not to forget things. If you have questions, technical questions or questions regarding my career, but now there are no questions left, you ask very good questions already. So there's the Airhacks TV is called. And what it is the first Monday of the month at 6 p.m., people ask me questions, like usually 10 to 25 technical questions, and I try to answer them live. And the deal is I do not answer technical questions via email anymore because I have no time. And of course, I'm on Twitter. Adam Bean is my Twitter handle.
Great. Adam, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. It's been great chatting with you.
Thank you. And I wish you a great success with your endeavors in the podcasting world.
Well, I hope you enjoyed listening in to today's episode and to my guest's career tips, advice, and experiences. You'll find a show notes page for today's episode on the IT Career Energizer website, which will be itcareerenergizer.com/e and then the number of today's episode. And a quick reminder that the show has now 3 episodes every week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So make sure that you are subscribed to the show to get new episodes automatically downloaded. Also, don't forget to join the IT Career Energizer community Facebook group. You'll get to engage with other like-minded people, get to find out more about upcoming guests and other episodes, and can get involved in the future direction of the podcast. It really is a great pleasure to be able to talk to so many inspirational people from across the industry and to be able to share their stories and advice with you. Thanks for listening, and remember, if you're not growing your career, you're slowing your career.
Thanks for listening to the IT Career Energizer podcast. To find out more about building a successful career in IT, visit itcareerenergizer.com.